Who should administer ancient temples? The government or a group of private individuals? This question has taken center stage in Tamil Nadu after Prime Minister Narendra Modi accused the government of capturing and looting temples. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin issued a strong rebuttal to the Prime Minister. He accused him of indulging in slander. What is this controversy all about? Vanakkam, this is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu, where we shall examine this issue of administration of temples. The Prime Minister, while campaigning in poll-bound Telangana, said in South India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, the temples have been captured by the government. He said that temples under the government were being looted, and he questioned why the government was not touching places of worship belonging to the minorities. Mr. Modi was obviously referring to the fact that in Tamil Nadu, many of the ancient temples are being administered by the HR&CE department, that is the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments department. This demand to free temples from government control is not of recent origin. Way back in the 19th century, when there was an attempt to regulate temple endowments, there was opposition to it. And even much later, when the HR&CE Act was passed in the 1950s, there was opposition. It underwent several amendments before it took effect after a few years. But however, in recent years, this campaign has gained some momentum with not only individuals but also some influential spiritual gurus calling for freeing, quote unquote, freeing temples from government control. The Prime Minister's political support to this demand has now spiced up this campaign. Stalin, of course, reacted strongly to the Prime Minister. He accused the Prime Minister of indulging in slander and lies. He said it did not behove of a Prime Minister to construct false news about one state while speaking in another state. The Chief Minister went on to reel out statistics about what his government had done for the temples. He said his government, ever since it took charge in May 2021, has ensured that about 1,000 temples have been consecrated as of date. The government has also retrieved temple properties estimated to be worth about 3,500 crore in the market. Besides, it has allocated 100 crore rupees for restoring over 100 ancient temples. The state BJP countered Stalin, saying that while the temples under the HR&CE control had a collective land holding of over 5.25 lakh acres in 1984-85, this had considerably reduced now to about 4.78 lakh acres. It also accused the government of misusing funds, temple funds, and diverting them for unrelated purposes. It said the government was shying away from external audit of temples' properties, including jewels. It questioned certain moves of the government in utilizing temple funds for constructing buildings that were not directly related to the temple administration. However, the DMK and its allies, more prominently the CPIM, have come out in defense of temples being administered by the HR&CE department. They have pointed out that to a great extent social equality has been ensured in gaining entry into temples after they came into under the control of the government. Besides, they said that these temples are actually being administered by employees who are Hindus by faith, and also the practices of the Hindu faith are being followed in performing temple rituals as per the Agama Shastra. The CPIM has been very vocal in pointing out that some of the temple land that was encroached upon and retrieved by the government was actually encroached by persons belonging to the BJP and the Hindutva Brigade. This, of course, does not mean that these lands were not encroached by people belonging to the other political parties. There are allegations of encroachment of temple properties by people belonging to other parties, including the DMK and the AIDMK. So that is the background to this. The critics also pointed out that recently the Madras High Court had directed two BJP MLAs from Puducherry, John Kumar and his son Richards John Kumar, to return temple property which they claim to have purchased innocently. Besides, they have questioned as to why the BJP, which is sharing power in Puducherry, has not spoken about freeing temples from the HR&CE department there. They also ask why the BJP remained silent about freeing temples from government control when it was in alliance with the AIADMK in Tamil Nadu previously. Likewise, in Karnataka also, where the BJP had held power previously, the temples are being administered by the HR&CE department there. They say this reflects the dual stand of the BJP. Those in favor of state control of temples argue that temples are cultural assets and they reflect the heritage of a state, and therefore the endowments of these temples need to be administered by the state and not by a group of individuals. Besides, the government has not taken control of temples that have been established by mutts or by individuals or by godmen. Those temples continue to function independently. An attempt by the Tamil Nadu government previously to take over the Chidambaram Nataraja temple failed after the Supreme Court quashed the government order and held that the Podu Dikshitars who are administering the temple have a hereditary right to do so and that they were a separate religious denomination. So, what is the way forward here? I think aside from the politics, what needs to be done is to demand accountability from the government. Rather than calling for freeing temples from control of the government, they should insist that the government function in a more transparent manner. The government must also ensure that adequate facilities are created for devotees in temples. The system of VIP darshan is abolished in temples, and also ensure that the government opens up the temple funds for external audit, because there is nothing to hide here. The government needs to continue to be proactive in retrieving lands that have been encroached illegally by people. It must evict the encroachers, ensure that all the pending rents are paid on time, and the government also should periodically revise the lease amount for temple properties, fix them on a par with the market value, and ensure that it is effectively collected from the people who take these properties on lease. I shall meet you in another video. Until then, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. Please do log on to thehindu.com and subscribe to the Hindu YouTube channel for more such videos. Thank you.